tell us your name and where you're from?
My name is Duane Haynes, and I'm from Pasco, Washington.
And Duane, can you please share with everyone your amazing testimony?
Okay, so for about 11 years, I was addicted to cigarettes, nicotine. It pretty much controlled my life. Whenever I got into like a situation where I would get frustrated or angry or anything, I would always resort to that, and yeah.
And can you tell us, through those 11 years, did you ever try to quit?
Several times. I wish I never would have started, honestly. It was a really tough, long battle. At times, you know, my wife would encourage me, like, quit, it's not good for your health, you know, it's just tearing you apart, you know, it's gonna cause cancer, I mean, all this stuff, but it didn't really matter to me at a certain point. And then, you know, some life situations happened, and I was just like, it just came to light, and it's like, that's not going to be good for my future, you know. So at that point, I was like, okay, I need to quit. I need to, you know, just be done.
And what did you try to quit? What did you use? How did you try to quit?
Several different things. I tried nicotine patches. I tried Nicorette. I tried, what's the other one? I tried resorting to chew to kind of like wean myself off. I mean, everything. It was ridiculous. Honestly, I look back and I'm like, what was I doing, you know? But like, you know, chewing tobacco, I would chew for like a month and, you know, not smoke, but then I'd always resort back to, you know, smoking cigarettes. And more recently was probably like the last, I don't know, probably 6 months or so, maybe a year. I was doing the e-cigarette, and I was doing fine, and I thought that was great. You know, I was just, it's not as bad for my health, but it still just had that stronghold over my life where I was just having to resort back, or I would fall and, you know, I'd smoke a cigarette here and there, and it just didn't work.
And can you tell us what brought you to a point where you wanted to give up, where you actually said, you know, I'm going to go through this prayer line, because you went through the prayer line. Can you tell us a little bit about how you wanted to go to the prayer line and what happened?
I always had an excuse on why not to go through the prayer line. It's just my pride really got in the way, I think, and I was just more so scared to get up on the stage. But pride had a lot to do with it, and I just found every excuse not to go to the prayer line. A prayer line service would come up, and I'm like, oh, I got to work. I can't stay late. But really, I probably could have just said, yeah, I'll be a few minutes late to work, and they probably would have been okay with it. But it was just my pride getting in the way of everything.
And can you tell us, when the prayer line service was about to happen, how did you come prepared, or what was your mindset like when you were going in that prayer line?
I was just ready to be done. I mean, my mind played some weird tricks on me. Like that morning, I had my little e-cigarette in my hand, and I was just like, okay, this is probably the last time I'm going to use it, so I better use it while I can, you know. So all the way up to like leaving home, you know, I was just sitting there doing my e-cigarette thing, and then my battery died, and I was like, crap, I got like an hour until service. So at that point, I just put it in my top drawer, and it's been there ever since.
And can you tell us, when you received prayer and then you left, what happened?
Nothing.
As in, like, what happened to you? Where are you going? Did you have the craving? Did you want to go back to smoking? What was it like?
That's the craziest thing, is like before, I couldn't even go a week. I mean, a couple days, really anything, without just being tormented by that, you know, just having to resort back. But I mean, I'm about 3 weeks, almost a month now, and I just don't have cravings anymore.
Come on, everyone. Could you confidently say, is these efforts yours, or is this God?
That was totally God. I could not do this on my own. It's crazy.
And now that, you know, it's about almost a month now that you haven't touched, and you're telling us right now that anytime you see someone smoking, or you even see that cig Do you have a craving for it, or what's your response? How do you feel?
So like when I'm with my family and what have you, there's no pushback, no nothing. I mean, it's totally fine. I don't even think about it. When I see somebody else smoking or I see somebody vaping or whatever, it's kind of like I kind of get that memory like, oh, I used to do that, but it's pretty easy just to kind of brush off and just be done, be done.
Wow, I want you guys just to think about this. For 11 years, this is something that was controlling, consuming him. And now here he is saying is that after he received prayer, it was just disconnected, that he can look at it. And even that habit was controlling his life. He now can look at it and it doesn't even faze him. That is completely God. Come on, you guys, give God a hand of applause. So now this addiction is removed out of your life. What do you feel like you've gained?
Freedom, really. I mean, I'm not held back, or I don't have that stronghold against my life. I don't have to resort to a cigarette to kind of like calm my nerves or anything like that.
And you mentioned to me earlier that instead you went to your smoking to kind of calm you down. What do you do now instead of smoking?
Just kind of reach out to God at that moment and just be like, help me calm my nerves, and just kind of believe in him that he's going to take care of everything. And, if I need to, I can, talk to my wife or my brother-in-law or anything.
Instead of smoking. Yeah, instead of smoking. Amen. And last but not least, can you please tell us, those that are watching and those that are here, what would you advise those that are wanting to quit or wanting to go to the prayer line or even at the conference, that maybe they are just holding back just a little bit? What could you tell them to just give them that extra push, confidently knowing that God can restore it and free them?
I would say the biggest thing is there's no problem too big for God to handle. I mean, and when you're going to do it, if you decide you're going to do it, just don't let anything get in the way of that. I mean, just lay everything down and just believe wholeheartedly that he's going to take care of everything.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Duane, for your testimony. Give him another hand of applause, you guys.